Hey, what's up guys, this is Soy. Today we are doing a mukbang eating not just any type of fried chicken, Memphis fried chicken from world famous Gus's Fried Chicken. And I didn't realize how famous this place was until after I ate here, so I had to go back, and obviously we're gonna film a mukbang here and an ASMR mukbang. Yeah, if it's your first time here, make sure to like so we can do more videos like this. If you like this type of video, make sure to leave a comment down below. And today we have a variety of things. This is the Memphis fried chicken, mac and cheese as a side, got some bread because with their chicken you usually have a side of bread, coleslaw, beans, and fries. And I'm really excited to eat all of this. I forgot to get honey, but I do have honey mustard and ranch on the bottom of these plates. I wanted to lift it up a little bit so you guys can see the food. I'm gonna get like a good view of the food before we dig in. It's like a lot of food as well. So then grab out the sauces. Obviously this is honey mustard. Gonna dip some stuff with that. Also got the ranch. And today's mukbang is going to be talking about high school and the current 10-year challenge. As always, in the description down below, I leave timestamps so you can follow along what we're talking about or get a preview of what we're going to be talking about. But today's mukbang should be a lot of fun. I had a little bit of coffee at 4 o'clock, so I'm like really pumped to talk about today's subject. Well, I'll talk about that in a bit. So let's start eating and let's begin. Okay, what should we try? We'll try the sides first all around. This is the beans. There's a little bit of pork in their beans. And as you can tell with southern beans, they're a little bit sweeter. I actually really like baked beans that are sweet, but it's a little bit sweeter than usual here. This is their coleslaw. Most plates come with a coleslaw and beans. You can substitute sides for like 50 cents extra. Got the fries. These are just like normal fries, so. Mac and cheese. Always gotta get inside of that mac and cheese. You can tell that they use a sharp cheddar with this because sharp cheddar gives you that like really deep cheesy flavor. I love it. And then for the chicken, maybe we should start off with the drumstick. So what makes Memphis chicken different than other chickens is that the sauce is kind of infused in the batter and the wet batter. So after you cook it, it basically maintains the flavor, and you're not supposed to add flavor afterwards. So it's different than like Nashville where they put like heat afterwards. So we're gonna try this. It's supposed to be a little bit spicy, which I'm a little bit scared of, but we'll try it out ourselves. Let's go. Wow, that is pretty spicy. But the thing is, the batter is really good, and the chicken perfectly cooked. You can tell it's perfectly cooked because you don't really see any pink, and it's like so tender. I love when chicken is cooked correctly. The fries are really well seasoned, and usually I like fries like this. They're not my favorite, but they're pretty high up there for me just because they're a little bit mushier, not too crunchy. These and I think crinkle fries are my favorite. Anyway, so today's mukbang topic is about the 10-year challenge going on right now on Facebook. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you want to post yours, post it below. I'll show you guys some pictures of me 10 years ago. Pretty embarrassing, right? And anyways, it's pretty funny because 10 years ago I literally was at a very transitional part of my life. Just ended high school and was beginning college, so I was totally transitioning into trying to become the person I am today. But wow, if you look at the pictures though, you don't really notice a difference. They have this saying that Asians don't raisin. Is that right? Asians don't raisin because of the fact that like I feel like we don't really age up until like a point. Like I think when we hit like 50, that's when it was like you see a drastic difference. If you look at these pictures, I basically look the same. You know, lack of makeup, lack of style, looking dazed and confused and all that stuff. But I basically have the same face. And I was thinking like, wow, I don't look any different, but I can totally like, and mind you, like, you guys know this, but my memory is so bad. And I was thinking like, I don't exactly remember what I liked back then, but I do remember like the feelings that I had back then. And you can kind of see it in the pictures. I didn't look confident. I looked like I was trying to get people's approval. I just looked like I didn't belong. I didn't fit in. I just looked like a very like lost person, even though you see these pictures. You don't see that because you just see a person, right? But I know I felt that way from transitioning from high school to college. And if you look at me now, I was thinking back, I'm like, I'm so confident now, but there's not that much of a difference in the way I look. But I think it's because I'm able to express my personality the way that I want to now. And I think it all goes down to the idea of like, I am confident now because in my mindset, every day I'm improving, right? And every day I'm striving to, I am the best version of myself. Another day of experience, another hour, another minute of experience, right? And that makes me older, wiser, all these great things. And when you're in high school, you don't think that way, right? Because I remember being in high school, I was just trying to fit in. I was trying to look like everyone else. I wanted to be, you know, like the cool kids and all that stuff. And obviously I wasn't. I still am not. And I remember feeling a certain way in high school because I was like, oh my gosh, all my friends are so pretty. They're so developed, you know. And obviously, you know, if you know anyone in high school, no one feels that great. Even though you might think of that way of your friends, no one really thinks they're the shit. Well, some people did, I guess, but they're not anymore. But I just remember feeling that way in high school just because I had different interests than everyone else. And I was literally one of the very few Asians in my high school. I think like one of the things that kept me going in high school was basically being part of the drama club, right? And that really helped me become a little bit more confident just because I remember going to drama and thinking like people were laughing with me and not at me. And I was thinking, whoa, like I can be funny. And I think that helped develop the personality I have now because I felt more comfortable, right? I think confidence really lies in the fact that you believe in yourself. And I'm not just talking about like the way you look or any of that stuff. I mean like overall just believe in yourself. Believe that you are all these things. And in high school, you know, to believe in yourself, sometimes you need help from other people, you know. It's nice. When you hear other people talk about how great you are, you like realize it as well. Like you knew all along, but because, I guess it is validation, but you knew all along, but because someone is telling you it, you kind of, like it clicks your brain a little bit more, right? Like you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that I'm funny, or I forgot that I was charming, or I forgot that people really like my personality, or they really like being around me. And you know, I think that's one of the things like you have to grow into. And if you're like currently in high school or know someone in high school that's struggling with this stuff, like just let them know that like eventually it will pass by and eventually you'll become super happy. And if not, then you should think about it in that way that I mentioned before, that every day you're a better version of the day before. So you should be confident because you're literally living your best life. Every single moment is your best life. Yeah. And yeah, I wish I could tell 10 years ago Soy that it's okay to like things I like, because I remember being like trying so hard to fit in. Like I just want etnies because everyone had etnies, right? And straight lace shoes, and I like Good Charlotte, and I like emo music, and then I had a preppy phase because all my friends were preps, and then I had a gothy emo phase because I was in drama, and then I had the like all these weird phases you see in the pictures, and you're just kind of like, oh, this person really was just trying to figure out who they were. And to an extent, I still don't know who I am, and I still am missing a lot of identity issues, but overall, I'm confident because I know that I'm gonna like continue to grow, and I am growing. So I just want to give that word of advice out there because I know it's really easy to get bogged down with like, oh man, how do we constantly psych our mind out because we're thinking like, you look at your peers and everyone's like, looks like they're developing faster than you, and you think, I want to get to that level. I want to be like her. And that's not the case at all, because I still remember the girls that made fun of me in high school, like no longer associated with them, more friends with them. I actually thought about it the other day. I was like, oh man, if I could rewind time, I would tell myself not to be friends with them because it was such a waste of time and effort just because like they didn't really want to hang out with me. They were just kind of like using me to like, I feel like almost like a pity thing, you know, like they were just friends with me because they felt bad because it, like, I don't know, I felt like my personality was very not much it is today, where I'm freely talking about the things I want to. I was kind of adapting to what they wanted, so they probably just needed like a sidekick, you know. And at that time in high school, I was ready to be a sidekick at any point, which is kind of sad to think about now, but it is what it is in high school. And one of the things I don't remember a lot, but I remember the feelings they gave me. Like, I was really into Photoshop when I was in like high school, like sophomore. I was like editing videos on Movie Maker and editing pictures, like making like little Photoshop stuff with like banners and like you know, fake student IDs and stuff like that. And like people would be making fun of me. Like they'd be like, oh, why are you like, because I was into K-pop too and like anime, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and stuff. And they were like, oh, so like, are you into the anime stuff? That's like really weird. Why are you editing anime photos? And I was like, I felt bad. I was like, oh yeah, they're right. That's so weird. But then I distinctly remember the next year they were like, when like yearbook pictures were about to come out, they're like, can you help me Photoshop my yearbook picture? And I was like, absolutely not. Because I was like, wow, you can't just like pick and choose what you say to people and assume that they're just going to help you no matter what. So I think that's when I started developing a sense of like, hey, I need to have my own backbone and I need to have my own like foot down when it comes to people using me and stuff. So yeah, that was a pivotal part of growing up high school experience, I guess. High school's rough, man. I don't think high school was great for anyone. If high school was great for you, I really much envy you, because that's really early in your life that you get the privilege of not feeling like you're isolated or you're lost. I just remember being like really upset and angry, and a lot of times just really dramatic for no reason. And let's be honest, still a little bit of that nowadays, but it's mostly because I am dramatic about not real problems. They're just like fun things. Like I just like to have fun nowadays versus high school. I was definitely caring too much back then. But yeah, definitely like this challenge that's going around a lot. I took a picture of my brother Matthew because he's like 11. So basically I took a picture of when he was 1 and now when I was like the real 10-year transformation, because everyone that's posting transformations now, like if I posted, it's like when I was like 17. My other friends posted, they were like 9, 10, whatever, which is kind of old still. And the transformation is a big gap, but from 1 to 10 is like a huge gap. So it was really funny. Yeah. Honestly, this chicken has so much flavor that you definitely don't need sauce with it, but I am a saucy person. You guys know that. Let's try it with the bread that they give you. Mmm. If we talk about high school, do you guys remember exactly which role you were in high school? Because I had a lot of friends that were like cheerleaders and football players. So I wasn't like, and I was in the IB program, which is kind of like a smarter, you know, like AP classes, but a little bit smarter. So I hung out with a variety of people because of that program, because we had people in the program that were also like a mix of everything. So the people I had classes with, the same like 30, 40 kids I had with since like freshman year to like senior year basically. And like literally the same kids. So like we kind of grew up together, and I think that's the only reason why I survived high school, because even though they were like kind of mean to me, kind of rude, and weren't really super accepting of me, at the end of the day, like, they treated me as their own as well because we were all IB students together. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad, I guess, but I wasn't like the most popular kid, and I wasn't always the first to get invited to parties or invited to any parties, or maybe I just never went to any parties. But I remember wearing like Abercrombie and Fitch and American Eagle because everyone else did, and Hollister. I would never wear those brands nowadays unless it's sponsored you. Just kidding. Yeah, I remember just being really uncomfortable in those clothes, but wearing it because everyone else did, especially polos. For some reason I was really into polos because I remember I had a friend named Claire and she had polos, and I was like, oh, it looks so cool on Claire. I want to be like Claire. So I bought like a bunch of polos, and then for the rest of the year all my mom did was buy polos in every single color, because you know the thing about moms is that, like, if they find out you like something, they exploit it, right? They don't just like, because that's the only thing they remember now is like everything about that one detail. So like she bought me a polo like every single day, and I was so embarrassed because I was like, oh my gosh, my mom was choosing my clothes. But I should be really thankful because I wish she chose my clothes now, but I don't have that luxury anymore. I'm trying to eat a little bit slower on these mukbangs just because my breathing problem. I feel like it's because I'm getting so anxious because I'm like, can I finish it? Can I finish it? And I should just eat slower and like take my time with it. You know what's really funny? I think high school crushes are like the funniest thing because, well, I guess high school crushes make more sense than elementary school crushes. Because I remember in high school, oh man, did I have a crush on anyone? I think I stopped crushing on people around high school. Like, I just did not like people in high school because I was more concerned about the internet. I think I had internet crushes, actually. Like, friends that I met online through, like, Socified and, like, Girls' Generation stuff. So, like, I had crushes based on people I didn't even know in real life. But I remember, like, right before high school, I remember middle school, it was all about, like, finding a boyfriend and stuff. And, little did I know that wouldn't matter today because I really don't care. But I remember it was such, like, a big deal. Ugh, you're so influenced by everyone else in high school because if Susie's doing this, you're like, I want to be like Susie. So I'll do everything in my power to be like Susie. But everyone's lost and confused, so you shouldn't try to be like anyone else. You should just try to be yourself, you know? I think it's so interesting because I was thinking about this the other day. As a child, like a pure like child that's like 4, 3, 5, like looking at my little brothers right now, they're so confident in who they are and like about their interests. They're like, I like this. I don't like eating this, or like I really enjoyed this. And like their personalities are just so themselves and so unique, and they want to be unique. But somewhere around the line of puberty and society being rude and just, you know, insecurities and everything, you start to develop this complex of like, I want to fit in. So you go from being very unique to I want to fit in. And you want to fit in up until I think like your mid-20s. And after your mid-20s, you're just kind of like, F it. Literally, I will show you guys this. I sent my mom this picture of my little brother Matthew, and I asked her, I was like, Mom, do you know what child this is? And she literally just listed 2 children. One, my brother, that's second oldest to me, and third, me. And I'm like, wrong. No, Mom. Oh my God, it's not me. I wonder if she'll be able to guess it. I can't tell. I don't think she will, because me and my siblings basically look the same, like, as children. I think once everyone grows up, we'll look distinctively different, but as children, oh my God, our genes are so strong that we all look the same. I'm trying to finish the food, and there's very loud things. Anyways, if you guys are new here, I upload new videos every day, Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sundays, instead of uploading videos, I do live videos at 6 p.m. for dinner. So please join me for that live. If you want to watch the old lives, they're recorded on Facebook. You can check those out, because it's lit, fam. We do not decide. We're supposed to decide on a meal to eat together, but I don't know. You should just grab your own meal. It's a good time to sit and chat on Saturday and Sundays, where we just hang out for like half an hour, eat, talk about our days. You guys let me know what you're eating. You guys see what I'm eating live, and then we just eat and we just chat a little bit. So it's a lot of fun. Very good. So you should do that. Neighbors decided to finish showering finally, so I can finish eating finally. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like it, big thumbs up so you can do more videos like this. And make sure to check out my Facebook, because we have lives on Saturday and Sundays. New videos every Monday and Friday. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Love you always. Bye.